This is awesome. And then what's the best thing about Philippines to you?
The dogs.
The dog? How are you doing?
This is amazing. Like, I love it.
But you don't need to. But you don't need to.
Now let's go and ask some more people. Philippines, Thailand are so beautiful countries that I bet you want to travel to. Because today in this video, let's follow me and I ask some tourists, what do you need to prepare to travel to the countries? And especially, how much money will you need? Now, let's go. May I know what's your name and where you're from?
Hi, my name is Todd. I'm from Orlando, Florida.
I'm Michael Panichpak. I'm from California, but my family's Thai.
My name is Angel. I'm from Mallorca, to Spain.
María, de Mallorca también.
Sergio, de España.
Merla from Germany.
So my name is Tamsin and I'm from the UK.
My name is Barry, and I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Vicky, I'm from the US. Martina, I'm from Italy.
Rafaela from Austria.
How long have you been traveling in the Philippines and Thailand?
It feels like the first time, because my first time backpacking here. But I've actually been to Asia 7 years ago. I came to the Philippines 7 years ago for school exchange.
Bien, por ahora solo llevamos 5 o 6 días, pues muy bonita, nos ha pillado un poco de mal tiempo, pero muy bonito.
10 days, 12.
Y en Filipinas vamos a estar unos 18 días.
Well, currently right now, about a month.
Like 4 days.
What is the biggest difference between your country and Thailand or the Philippines?
The food. I think Thailand has the best food in the world. Best food in the world by far. And compared to America, everything's cheaper and it's better. And the culture too. The culture is very different as well. Like very family oriented in Thailand. That's how it feels like to me.
This is amazing. Like, I love it. The people are so nice. It's so easy to get around. I don't know. There's just like a feeling in the air that makes it really easy to be here, which I love. Like, just the way the people are welcoming is amazing. So friendly.
Todo. La comida, la gente, los paisajes. Hay algunas playas que se parecen un poco, pero toda la parte de palmeras y animales, todo es diferente, todo. Como estar en otro mundo.
Mucho. Es totalmente diferente. No tiene nada que ver. O sea, España es una ciudad con más arquitectura y esto es un país más salvaje.
Maybe just sort of how things are organized. So I would say in the UK at least, things are very regimented. For example, everybody goes in a queue, everything is very structured. If there's a timetable, you stick to the timetable. Whereas in Asia, it's very sort of like, oh, we go where we go, we make it work. It's very relaxed, very flowy, which is quite nice. Like in some ways it's refreshing. It means you've got a lot more kind of freedom. It's a lot more sort of like flexible. But in other ways, sometimes you're sort of there like, we need the bus to go because I have to get to this thing. So it's, different kind of organization.
Europe, it's like so organized, and here it's just chaos, which has good and bad things. For me, I love chaos. I love how everything is just crazy. But some, like my mum, for example, she would not like to be here. It's just, there's not enough, it's not organized. In the Philippines, it's kind of, for example, the guys on these bikes, no helmets. Where I live, that's a big problem, like huge problem. You can't ride a bike with a helmet on in UK, you'll get arrested, you'll get a big fine for doing this kind of stuff. And here it's illegal, but it happens anyway. You know? And like, I've been on taxis before, and they drive through red lights. And I'm like, you can do this? And you can't do that, it's illegal. But here it's like, it's chaos in the sense of things happen that people here work, you know, it works out. But where I live, for example, like you couldn't walk across the road without looking. People here will just do that and cars will stop. Where I live, you have to wait for a space. You can't just walk across the road. Yeah, like for me, I love it. It's incredible to see like such, like, I mean, I've been in Manila for 9 days, and Manila, it's like, wow, like, people live like this. It's just crazy.
What are the differences between Thailand and the Philippines?
La diferencia, creo que Tailandia está mucho más preparada para el turismo. Tipo, ahora estamos acá perdidos que no sabemos si el barco va a salir o no. Buena pregunta. No, son dos lugares preciosos los dos. La gente es muy amable. Pero prefiero la comida tailandesa.
And what about the food here in Philippines? Give me a really honest answer.
Honest.
Yeah, give me a really honest answer.
No me ha gustado mucho. Tampoco he encontrado que haya nada muy típico, todos como son trocitos de otros sitios.
¿Piensa que la comida aquí es muy asiática?
No, de hecho nos gustaría que lo fuera más, pero no nos ha sorprendido mucho gratamente la comida. También venimos de España, que es un país que la comida es brutal, entonces es difícil, pero no recomendaríamos Filipinas por la gastronomía.
I haven't been that impressed so far, which is also not maybe about the Filipino food, but I'm vegetarian, so there's not a lot to eat for me.
But do you notice that they often put like vinegar in most of the food? Whenever I have food, they only taste like vinegar.
Really?
Taste like vinegar in everything.
I don't know where you've been. I feel like where I've been, I haven't tasted any vinegar.
Maybe they don't put it in like a stir-fried vegetable for you.
Probably, yeah. I've only been eating 2 dishes. It's the veggie curry.
Sí, es un poco asiática. Pero bueno, hay mucha combinación del resto, o sea, puedes estar cambiando de varias hamburguesas, pizzas, comida italiana, pasta. Puedes probar muchas cosas diferentes.
It's pretty good. I'm a vegetarian, so it means, you know, there's a lot of pork dishes here, a lot of fish dishes here, which means I'm definitely not eating their specialities because I'm mostly eating eggplant, to be honest. Lots of different variations of eggplant, but some of it's been really, really nice. Often a lot of salt, often quite vinegary as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting for me that, for example, in Vietnam, they only have a fixed sauce on the table.
Yeah.
And then in Thailand, they have like chili and other like sugar on the table.
Yeah.
And here, they have always soy sauce and vinegar on the table.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It's very true.
And then what do you think about Thai food?
Love Thai
Amazing.
food. Love Thai food. Chili. Take it easy on the chili. But also, we like to try to see where the locals are eating and try to eat at those spots.
Wonderful. Yeah, so all the food is good. I like spicy food, so I like Thai food. I would try to eat a wide variety of foods, but I would generally prefer a restaurant or someplace that, not so much street food, but that's me.
Like how should you pack?
Light? I would say light. I have way too many things on me. And it's great if you're like going around in a scooter, if you have a tiny backpack, just go everywhere you want, catch rides in scooters, just have one small backpack.
Travel light. I pack very little, and so you don't need much. The weather's so nice, you just need a t-shirt, shorts. You don't need much. You don't need to buy much. You can, but you don't need to.
Sí, mejor llevar mochila que maleta, básicamente. Para coger muchos vuelos y hacer los desplazamientos, mejor mochila que maleta.
Tienen que llevar bañador y antimosquitos, poco más.
How much do you think is good cost for 2 weeks traveling?
It's pretty affordable. It doesn't get very expensive. You can come here for a really long time. For 2 weeks. I drink a lot at night, so I bring about $2,000 if I want to come here for 2 weeks. Yeah.
It depends on what your budget is, and it depends on what you want to do when you travel.
I think you could do it comfortably for 2,000 USD, and that would be more upscale.
500, 600 euros for 2 weeks? If you go cheap, I go cheap.
For 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's another people in Thailand mentioned to me that they need 2,000.
What?
Yeah, like 2,000.
That's insane.
2,000 to travel 2 weeks in Thailand. I don't know, that's the most answer I got.
I live 2 months from that. I make it like 4 times as much.
And here, and you just say like 500 or 600 euro for 2 weeks here.
Yeah, probably those people would have said 2,000 as well here, again.
Que unos 600 euros, más o menos. Con 600 euros 2 semanas puedes estar, sí.
Pero yo creo que con lo más caro son los transportes, entonces mínimo 1.500 euros. Yo creo para un viaje normal, sin exagerar, ni 1.500 euros 2 semanas. Pero lo menos en los lugares que conocí yo acá en Filipinas. Fueron Palawan, El Nido, Corón. Malapascua no es tan caro, pero Corón, Puerto Princesa, esa parte, El Nido es más caro que los lugares que yo conocí en Tailandia.
En Tailandia, ¿cuántos cuesta para viajar por 2 semanas?
Maybe 1,000.
So, Tailandia
más barato.
Más barato?
Different places, different prices. So I would say the Philippines is more expensive than both Vietnam and Thailand. So the cost of the ferries really adds up. So often when you're in like Vietnam or Thailand, the accommodation is generally between like 6 euros and 12 euros. So you can easily find quite nice accommodation. Whereas here, I would say it generally starts between 12 euros and 15 euros for accommodation in the Philippines. And so accommodation is a bit more expensive here. Getting around is a bit more expensive. The ferries cost money. You need to take lots of short flights and things. So even though the activities are a similar price and the food's a similar price, yeah, the accommodation and the flights are more expensive for the Philippines. But I would say, you know, in the Philippines, 2 weeks, maybe 600. If you include the flights, I'd say 700 for 2 weeks. So when staying in Thailand, obviously, if you want to have a bit more of a bit nicer time, you know, obviously you pay a little bit more. But if you're just sort of like on the road, proper backpacking, 500 is probably fine. But yeah, the more, you know, of course, every time you do something a little bit more luxurious, stay in like a little villa or stay in a private room, for example, the price goes up. If you want to go really fancy, like if you want to stay in your own place, like in a little villa, or if you want to have like private rooms always and delicious food, loads of like fancy massages, it costs a lot. But I think the same with any country. There's obviously a minimum amount that you have to spend. So I would say the minimum you have to spend is about 500 for 2 weeks. But you can spend as much money as you want.
So what are your tips to saving money?
Dorm room accommodation, that's always much cheaper. Eating the local food, street food, rather than going to sort of like Irish pubs or like fancy restaurants, definitely stick to like street food is much better. You'll have a more authentic feel of the flavors here as well.
And then what's the best thing about Philippines to you?
The dogs.
What do you mean by the dogs?
The dogs around. Do you see all the dogs here? They're so cute and friendly. I really love when I'm traveling. It's amazing to have dogs around. And the place I've been to before, there weren't that many dogs. And I don't know, I'm just surrounded by doggo love all the time.
Por la zona del nido, playas, la gente, la comida, está todo bien.
Y aquí también, a ver, esto es un poco más exótico, más aguas más cristalinas en ciertas playas, la arena un poco más blanca quizás en algún sitio.
¿Qué es especial sobre Tailandia?
Tailandia, a ver, tiene más arquitectura, tiene más historia, quizás que Filipinas a nivel de arquitectura, a nivel de monumentos, de budas, es diferente. Pero bueno, cada cosa tiene sus cosas buenas.
My Thai wife, my beautiful Thai wife, is over here.
Can you speak Thai? พูดได้ค่ะ
Try.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. So after asking many people, I think now you have a better idea how much it would cost to travel in these countries, and hopefully you have a better preparation for your next trip to Asia. And if you want to learn more languages so that it could be easier for you guys to travel to Philippines or Vietnam or Malaysia or Thailand, if you want to integrate better into the cultures and have a better experience traveling in these countries, let's download Ling app in the description box below so that you can learn some languages, start some conversation with the local people. Thank you so much, and I see you